Hi everybody, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk, back again with another project for you, and this time it's just a little thank you gift on a birthday for a friend, and it's one of these floating tea light holders. So you pop that in the bath, or in a bowl of water rather, and obviously light your tea light with a rather pretty floating candle holder. They look great in the centre of a table, and obviously you can get them in sets, and I picked these up, but obviously it doesn't look very exciting on its own. So I've just made this little box that you can open up and pop in like so, and it's a scented candle, hence I've made the aperture for it as well. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And away we go. So to start off with, I will put the measurements in centimetres on my blog. I'm going to make this one in inches. So you're going to need your trimmer, and I'm using the Whole Lot of Lovely Designer Series paper from Stampin' Up. I'm using this Pretty Label punch as well, and then I'm using some crushed curry and some Tangerine Tango cardstock. So to start off with, you're going to need a piece of card that is 6 1/4 inches by 11 1/2 inches, and you're going to score along the, if I can show you, on the long edge at 2 3/4, 4 inches, 6 3/4, so we avoid the horrible measurement that falls in the middle, 8 inches, and 10 3/4 inches. And then on the short edge, we're going to score at 1/2 inch, flip it round at 1 3/4 inches, at 4 1/2 inches, and 5 3/4 inches, like so. So that's the scoring done. And we're going to go through and burnish our score lines. So just use a bone folder just to reinforce those. Remember, when we're making boxes, we want to make sure those folds are nice and crisp. It helps the box retain its shape. And then the next thing we're going to do is do some trimming. Okay, so you'll end up with a piece of cardstock that looks like this, and this little short bit is going to be the bit that folds up to create the box. Okay, and that's going to flap over the top. So if you fold it up like that, that'll just help you remember which bit you're cutting away. So to start off with, you're going to cut away this top section here. And you're going to do the same on both sides. Like so. And then you're going to trim up to make these flaps. Like so. And I'm just notching those out on either side. You repeat that on the other side as well. So cut straight on this edge and just notch out on these smaller tabs. And just trim those away. So again, straight up, notch out very slightly. And then you literally just trim away the tiny little corner, or you could use a corner rounder if you wanted to. Okay, so you can see it's starting to take shape, so that's going to be the flaps that'll tuck in. So you will see it's starting to take shape, so there we go. So those are going to be your flaps that are going to tuck in on either side. And in fact, no, I've trimmed away the wrong. I've trimmed the wrong ones. Okay, so this is how our box is going to fold. So this is actually going to be our top bit. So we can cut away on this one and just angle that slightly. There you go. So we're going to cut away. There we go. As you can tell, it's a while since I made my prototype. I just got confused for a moment there. Right. So you're going to cut away this bit here. So you'll have straight, tab, and then straight. That's better. Yay. Okay. And this is the one that we're going to tab slightly. Right. Let me lay that out for you and show you what it looks like. Okay. So this is our small tab, so that's going to form our box. This is our top flap. And when we fold it up, we're going to attach that to the back, and those flaps will tuck in, and then we'll be able to tuck those in underneath. So in order to create our window, what we need to do is put some of our DSP on there to start off with. Now I'm just putting DSP only on this one. If I add a layer of card, it makes it quite difficult to to punch through. Not impossible, but so add that onto this one with the small tab. Then we're going to come in make sure that's well glued down and sort of line that up, and you just need to eyeball it really. If you use these side lines here and just eyeball it there, and don't throw that away because you're going to keep that for one of your layers in a moment. Okay, so there we go. Now we can go ahead and glue, and because it's a box we're going to use our fuse on this bit here and fold it up to that part there, like so. Then we can start adding our layers onto the front. So I've got some card here, which is Tangerine Tango. And that's 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. And we've got some DSP for the top, and that's 2.5 by 2.5, like so. And then for the layers round the side, I've just literally layered some DSP onto some card, and that is 2 5/8 by 1 1/8. So 2 5/8 by 1 1/8 inch. And then with those, you literally just pop them around the side. So I will put one on the front there. I don't usually put one on the back, but obviously that's up to you, personal preference entirely. Add those onto the side flaps there. I've misplaced my other one, never mind. So that's how our box is going to be. And all that's left is to decorate the inside layer. So I've got a piece of, again, 2 5/8 by 2 5/8 here. And what I did was I just stamped along the edge here with these. But rather than just doing it in a single colour or using my markers, I start off by using the crushed curry and then just go in, just sort of, it's called a rock and roll technique, and you literally just end up with a partially coloured image. The downside is you obviously need to clean it off between, because you don't want to contaminate your lighter pad. So I just use a wipe, and it comes out sort of quite different every time. And then I'm using the lovely happy birthday sentiment, which I just, the font on this is so pretty. Okay, happy birthday. And just add that to the inside of our box. So we're nearly there, we've just got our sentiment left to pop on the top. So we can pop our candle in, fold those two flaps in at the side, and just tuck the flap closed. And it's literally quite a snug fit. There we go, like so. And then to create the label for the front, what I've done is the same sort of technique. You can use the same technique, or you can just stamp some flowers. And I'm using, again, Tangerine Tango. And again, with these beauties, you don't have to worry about lining it up too much. Punch out the It's Your Day. Bring back in our label that we had from before, and I'm literally going to trim this down to make a long word window. If you've got long scissors, it does make it slightly easier. I'm then going to punch the same shape out of Tangerine Tango card. And this again is one of those extra labels, extra ways to use your label that's in my tutorial on the Pretty Label Punch. So It's Your Day. Layer that up across the middle, and then that will layer on top of this that we had from before. Then just grab your dimensionals. I happen to have mini dimensionals to hand. There we go, pop 3 of those there. Take the paper off, bring your box back in, pop that on the top, and there we have the bit of ribbon, a pretty little gift box, just to say happy birthday. Great little idea for, you know, a work colleague where you just want to wish them a happy day, you know, but don't want to do, don't want to go mad. I often do little, you know, did some for Christmas, just little gifts. Just makes it a little bit more personal, and they always go down well, that little personal touch. So there we have It's Your Day, lovely little box for a floating tea light, along with the mess as usual. Sorry for the fumbling around with the cutting, but hopefully you can see how that is. I'll try and pop a photograph of the layout on my blog as well. If you want any products, pop along to my shop, heidismith.stampinup.net, and or pop along to my blog and you can follow the link from there. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.